Hello, and welcome to Camp Xbox, where we talk about all things Xbox, new and old, and on today's agenda is a review of the 2005 licensed game, The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
We've got a 1099 in progress. Suspect is approximately 12 feet tall, green skin. All units move in. Perp is unarmed. Mayday, mayday.
The world is your weapon, rage is your ammunition, and the target is whatever you want to destroy. Quite possibly the best superhero game to date. The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, rated T for teen.
Released for all 6th generation home consoles and published by Vivendi Universal, developed by Radical Entertainment, Hulk Ultimate Destruction is based off the hugely popular Marvel Comics character, the Incredible Hulk. And in this game you play as Bruce Banner, but you're mostly playing as his alter ego, the Incredible Hulk. With a close friend, you rampage through the city and try to fight against the military who is trying to take you down. Plagued by foes from the comics like Abomination, you get to use the Hulk's incredible destructive power to destroy everything in your path. This game started development right after Radical Entertainment had developed the 2003 movie tie-in game Hulk, based off of the Ang Lee film. The video game received much better reviews than the movie did itself, creating something that had potential but may have been unpolished because of rushed deadlines that movie video games generally have. Ultimate Destruction is sort of a spiritual sequel, having nothing to do with the movie, and being more based off of the comics, with a story that allows itself to be a goofy and only semi-serious deal. I liked that the story was silly enough to keep me entertained, but definitely took a little bit of a backseat to really give you more gameplay time. Now, I don't love that before missions, you get text and audio setting up why you are doing these missions. It feels a little weak, but honestly, if you just skip by it, you're not really missing out on much. The gameplay and world is this game's strongest element. As soon as you enter the open world, you understand this is a precursor to Radical's later prototype games, feeling exactly the same, just on older hardware. You play as superhuman and rampage in an open world, destroying everything with insane movement options. It's done better in prototype, but this game definitely feels like that tech demo. Hulk's movements are incredible. He feels amazing to move. His running is super fast, traversing up buildings is seamless, and you really can feel his power as you damage everything. The city areas are pretty big for an open world game at the time, and the different locales are much needed because it can get a little bland in the city. Streets are not heavily populated, and a lot of buildings don't have a crazy amount of interesting things going on. They kind of just look like big empty boxes. Yet it doesn't ruin Hulk's gameplay at all. The Hulk feels great to move around these areas, and that's why I think this game is remembered by some people. Graphically, it's impressive too, especially on the Xbox, because of Xbox's high resolution support. Ultimate Destruction runs at a 720p and widescreen, so everything looks incredibly crisp on higher definition TVs. It looks on the level of some early 360 games, and I feel like it could have gotten a nice port since it was a late Xbox release. This game, at the time of its release, was getting a high amount of praise, and I understand from a comic book fan's standpoint this might be one of the best superhero games, or even at the time, this could have been a fun open world game. Unfortunately, I did not enjoy this game. I had a lot of annoyances with it for me that marred my experience, and it made a little grueling to reach the end. One of the biggest issues lies in the missions. At first, you are given simple destroy or delivery missions, and as an intro to the game, feels great. But then you get these timed missions, escort missions, and those are some of the most tedious things in the game. Nobody likes escort missions, and this game gives them to you, and it is killer. Variety is just not here, and you're going to catch yourself doing similar missions over and over and it gets tiring very fast. Not only that, but the difficulty jumps between missions are so drastic. Some will be extremely easy, and others will have a time limit that you will barely make it to. There is no difficulty curve here. Every mission, it just randomly plops you in, and you gotta figure it out for yourself. There is nothing fun about being in the middle of the story and repeating the same mission over and over again just because you barely can't make it to that time limit. You would hope that your power-ups and skills that you buy with your experience points would make this game easier, but they are so annoying to buy that I found myself not buying them until I reset my game. And that's mainly because you buy them in the main menu. You literally have to leave the game, buy your stuff, and then go back in. It is the most annoying process, especially when some of these moves that you buy force you to go into a training mode, forcing you to go through more loading screens. Now, after all that complaining, I know I'm in the minority on this one. People love this game, and I'm really happy that you do. The way Hulk moves and fights is awesome, and it's probably the best controlling Hulk game to date. There's just too many annoying elements about the game that impedes me from enjoying it fully. I do think Radical would go on to improve this formula on the 360 and PS3 with Prototype, and I am excited to cover that game at some point. And this game is definitely a powerhouse of a game. It's graphically incredible, and it gets big points for that, especially for supporting that 720p widescreen on the Xbox. Unfortunately, on my original Xbox ranked lists, this goes down at the bottom for now. But there is definitely much worse games on this console, and we are going to cover them at some point. And that is all I have for Hulk Ultimate Destruction. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and please put your opinions down in the comments. If you love this game, I would love to hear from you and hear what you enjoyed about it. Also, if you have any games that you would love for me to cover, be sure to put those in the comments as well. And I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.